So what is your name?
My name is Stephanie Seifert, and I'm a biology student at UPenn in the Brisson Lab.
So what does that simply involve?
So as a graduate student, I sort of take classes and TA for the first 2 years, and then I take a candidacy exam where I basically give a thesis proposal, and then after that point I become a doctoral candidate. And so I'm in that phase right now where I'll probably spend about 3 years or so just doing research.
What is the best part about working at the LabTV laboratory?
It's kind of at the interface between theoretical work and sort of applied sciences. So in theory, you develop sort of a predictable model to predict how organisms interact with the environment, population dynamics.
Did you always want to work in a lab?
No, not at all. I enjoyed math in high school, but I was called a free spirit, I think, by my professors. So I hadn't intended to go to college when I was in high school. I decided after going into kind of like the real world without academia that it just wasn't what I wanted out of life. So I started taking classes and I was very serious about math, about biology, about chemistry. After I graduated, I actually got to go to Mali in West Africa, where I was able to collect malaria mosquitoes and get a first-hand sort of experience in an area where malaria is endemic and really affecting lives. And it was transformative. That was it for me. I think that you have to be dedicated to learning about new science, so you have to keep up with recent literature. I think you have to work hard to understand the math, so statistics are very important. I do a lot of probability theory. I'm learning about coalescent theory, and those are all things that we apply to understand the dynamics of populations, to understand evolution.
So can you tell me more about what your thesis project is on?
So my thesis project is looking at host-parasite interactions, and I'm using the model system Borrelia burgdorferi, which is the Lyme disease bacteria. So my work kind of involves some technical stuff where I am developing a technique to amplify the genome of Borrelia burgdorferi, the Lyme disease pathogen, from field-collected tick samples. And about 70% of all emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases are actually multiple host pathogens. So my work is basically analyzing both the hosts that gave a tick an infection so that we know where this Borrelia came from, and then also getting the entire genome of the Borrelia so that we can start making some correlations about the hosts and the genotype of that pathogen.
So how far would you want this thesis project to go?
Well, ultimately, I would like to continue working in vector biology, and hopefully I can produce sort of good science that will be translated into good policy, good health policy.